Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this is the review of The Last of Us, Season 2, Episode 2, entitled Through the Valley. And I know in my initial review for Episode 1, I had said that, prematurely, mind you, I had said that I wasn't going to go week to week, that I was going to wait till the end of the season and review the entire second season in its totality. Well, as you can see, I've reneged on that promise. Reason being is because episode 2 was the most exciting, heartbreaking, gut wrenching episode yet. I didn't know that we were going to get this in the second episode of season 2. I want to express that spoilers. This is spoilers for episode 2. So if you haven't seen the episode, if you haven't played the video game, I strongly suggest that you pause this episode, go watch The Last of Us episode 2, and then come back and join the conversation, because I'm going to spoil. There's no other way to talk about this episode. There's no earthly way I can do this without talking spoilers of both the video game and the episode. So you've been warned that spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Okay, let's jump into this. If you played the game, if you played The Last of Us Part 2, you know what takes place. You know who Abby is. You know why Abby is after Joel and ultimately achieves her goal of killing Joel. And we get it. I knew it was coming. I knew this was coming, but I didn't know it was going to happen so early on. Now, granted, in the game, it happens fairly early in the game, but not like boom. not instantly in the game. I'll say you get close to the end of Act 1 of the game, if we're talking in movie terms. We're getting this right at the beginning of this season. Like I said, I knew it was coming. I knew that they had to do this, that Joel would be killed off. But I didn't know it was going to be this soon, and it caught me completely off guard. This was a gut-wrenching episode for that reason. It completely just floored me, and the reason being, I knew it was coming, but at the same time, I'm thinking or watching this episode through the eyes of somebody who haven't played the game and just experiencing this show as if it's an original piece of content. And so when it happened, it just gutted me. The whole scene that played out, and we're gonna go over it, but the whole scene when it was playing out, I was like, my God, this is this is gonna be brutal, and it was. Through the Valley is the title of this episode, and Through the Valley is the title of the song that was performed in the game by Ellie, that she sings with Joel. We don't get that scene here on the show. I don't know if they'll probably do a flashback of it next episode or whatever, but that was a scene from the game where Ellie is playing the guitar for Joel, and this is the song that she sings. Coincidentally, the version that we hear in this episode is performed by Ashley Johnson. Ashley Johnson is the voice actress who portrays Ellie in the game. So when the song started playing at the end of this episode and you hear the voice, and it's like, oh my God, they're just driving the knife in deeper, aren't they? it was gut wrenching. I'm telling you, they really stuck the knife in on this episode. On top of that, before we even got to the horrific Joel portion of this episode, we got a Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers style action sequence where The infected are storming Jackson, and the residents are forced to defend it. And it was, I'm telling you, Lord of the Rings style action here. This episode was just filled with visual effects and all type. I think it was 600 visual effect shots in this episode alone, and I think they used over 100 extras for this sequence that took place, which contained a dozen of stunt performers and whatnot. It was action packed. Uh, I was just blown away by that. I was blown away by the action that was taking place in this scene, and you're following Tommy, who is portrayed by what's his name, Gabriel Luna, I believe his name. He You're following his character and his wife's character as they lead this defense against the infected, and he is going through it, man. Tommy is going through it, but he is holding his own. At one point, he gets a flamethrower and starts torching the infected. Then you get the giant infected that clicker, that big, the clickers in the game, and I guess in the show as well. They've been infected so long that the fungi has grown over their body, and it's like a shield, like a suit of armor. And so bullets and all this other stuff don't work. Like in the game, the only way to kill them, you had to get behind them and stab them, to get close enough to find a sweet spot and stab them, because bullets don't affect them. And we saw that fire didn't affect him so much. Eventually, it took its toll. Thank God, because I thought Tommy was gone. I thought he was done. But I understand why they held off on that because we're gonna get a death, a heartbreaking death in a few minutes in that episode. So they couldn't kill both, in one episode. And so that was just awesome. I really enjoyed that scene. Coming from somebody who didn't finish playing The Last of Us Part 2, I don't know if that's in the game, if this battle took place in the game, but it didn't matter. It added. If they added it for the show purposes, it was a good ad, because that was an exciting scene. So let's get to this Abby Joel portion of the show. Abby, and this portion is strictly out the game. This is almost beat by beat from the game, from Abby evading the infected, to Joel finding her and saving her life, to her bringing him to the lodge. Even the lodge where they're filming this scene at is straight from the game. It's the exact same set dressing, set design. It was like perfectly perfectly depicted. I'm like, my God, boy, they went all in on this. And everything after that was strictly from the game. The only difference was, I believe, I'll have to go back and play the game, but I believe that she shot Joel instead of stabbing him, if I'm not mistaken, to put the finishing touches on him after just beating him to death, almost to death. But everything was depicted perfectly for that portion. And I was skeptical, like I was with all of the other casting decisions, and was quickly put in my place once the once the show came out a couple of years ago. I was skeptical about Caitlin Deaver's casting as Abby, because Abby in the game is kind of muscular, a little, she put on some muscle when, as she goes on this hunt for Joel. And Devers doesn't have that. she's not built. She's a small lady, but her performance is larger than life. She embodied this role. And in the game, you play as Abby for a little while. During this portion that they showed in the show, you were playing as her in the game. And so it it really makes you connect with her character more. And so in the show, if you're a avid game player and you played her character, you really feel her. You really feel the emotion that she's having towards Joel, and you do even more so about a performance. Um, in case you don't know, and it's told in the show, the reason Abby is after Joel so hard is because Joel killed her father. Her father was the doctor who was going to perform that surgery or extract the cure, quote unquote, from Ellie in the first game, or in this case, the first season. So when Joel went in to rescue Ellie, he killed the doctor. He straight up shot him in the head. An unarmed man. Just killed him brutally. And Abby is seeking revenge, rightfully so. And so when Joel rescues Abby and she's like, "Oh, I got a lodge where my friends are held up. Let's go there." Brings him there, and it's once she reveals who she is, and she shoots him in the knee with the shotgun and whatnot, and Joel is just staring at her and she's telling the story, and you can see through Pedro Pascal's performance, like in the middle of her monologue, it just dawns on him who she is. And the look of, I'm not going to say relief, but the look of like acceptance, like this is it, this is the end. He knows this is it. And that performance from Pedro Pascal, who doesn't say a word during this, is phenomenal. It's like he just knew. He was like, yep. He gives like kind of a nod, like, okay, let's do it. And, and when the scene goes on and she's continuing to talk, and he's like, Jesus Christ, just do it. Just shut up and do it. Just do what you do. Kill me. You know what I'm saying? He just accepted it at this point. He knew it was over. And so she finds the golf club and just starts beating him. First, she works on that gunshot wound, start hitting him in the leg, and then beating him. And at the same time, you have Ellie, who found the lodge, and she goes in, and by the time she gets in, Ellie is not Ellie, but Abby is punching him now because she's beaten him so much that she broke the golf club. She broke it. And in case you don't know what a golf club is made of, it's made out of steel. It's made out of iron, I should say. Iron. She broke it. She was beating him so long and so hard. And now she's just wailing on him. And Joel is he's lifeless at this point. It's like he's just there. And she continues to beat on him. And Ellie she's gotten in there. They're holding her down after she had cut one of the guys. And I didn't know who this was until he started speaking. That's Danny Ramirez from Captain America, A Brave New World. He's the new Falcon in the MCU. And I was like, wait, isn't that old boy? It is. Yeah, they're holding her down, and she's calling out to Joel. She's screaming to Joel to get up. Man, this scene, my God. She just screaming to him to get up. And he kind of, his eyes are basically swollen shut, but you can just see a glimmer through the crack of his eyeball looking at Ellie. And he just raises his head up just a little bit. And Abby's little henchmen or cohorts who are not with this, they do not like this, but they understand why Abby is doing this, but they do not agree with this approach. They're like, man, just kill him already. Just put him out of his misery. And so she takes the handle piece of the golf club that broke, walks over to Joel as Ellie is screaming, and stabs him through the neck with it, killing Joel. And bruh, all I can do was just sit there with my mouth open. Like, this was my first time experiencing this. Like, this is out of the blue. and I knew this was coming. It was executed so well, and it was so brutal that, my God, you couldn't help but feel it. And the way they shot this, the way they edited this, with the punches that Abby is giving him, and you hear the grunts from her, the punches landing, and all this. I mean, they wanted you to feel how brutal of a beating this was, and it was super, super effective. This was one of the most powerful episodes of this series. That includes season 1 to now. This is a game changer of an episode. I saw online. I saw online how people, I guess, who aren't familiar with the game are so mad. They're like, "Oh, I'm not watching no more. I'm watching this show. I'm done watching this show now." Because they're mad because the Pedro Pascal is gone, is over. But I think he'll pop up in flashbacks if they do it like it happens in the game and whatnot. But as far as that character moving forward, that's it for Joel. And I can understand where people are feeling, but trust the process, people. For all of those who say they're not watching this show no more, just trust the process. It gets good. It gets really, really good if they follow the game, which they have verbatim. It's going to get really, really good. So don't give up on the show. I know it's heartbreaking, but that was the point. That was the point. I know it was jarring for me when I was playing the game, I should say. When I was playing the game, because I didn't know at that point. I'm just playing the game, and you're mostly Ellie in the game, and like I said, you'll play as Abby for a little while, and then you go back to Ellie, and for a little while you're Joel, and then all of a sudden Joel dies, and you're like, what? Bruh, I almost threw my controller. I'm like, I don't want to play the game no more. I'm like, Joel is a beast. Why they killed off Joel? But it gets better, It's still a good game, and I believe this is still going to be a good show. So don't give up on the show. That's all I'm saying. It's all right. I understand you're hurt. You're upset. Trust me, I get it. So, yeah. Episode 2, Through the Valley, which is a song they played right after that as their Ellie, Dana, and oh man, what's the guy's name? Oh, I can't think of the guy's name. Jesse. Jesse is taking Joel's body back to Jackson. Almost burnt down Jackson. This was just a heartbreaking episode all the way around. I mean, everything just went poo up. It went poo up. But this was a great episode. I can't wait to see what is in store for Ellie next. I will say this once again. If you haven't played the game, if you don't want to know what happens next, I'm not going to spoil all that happens next. I'm just going to say that Ellie, she's going on a revenge tour, and I'm going to leave it at that. This is going to be some exciting stuff in store for us. But what did you think of episode 2, ladies and gentlemen? Did it break your heart? Are you upset? Are you mad? Or are you giving up on the show? I'm telling you, don't give up on the show. Don't give up on the show. It's still going to be good. Trust me. I would love to know your thoughts. Email the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also search for this show on all social media platforms. Just search for the KB Radio Network. Also, don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe to the KB Radio Network channel and like this video if you don't mind. Don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the concession stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, thank you for joining me for this review of episode 2 of season 2 of The Last of Us. I want you all to know that I love you, continue to love everyone, and until we speak again, you all be blessed.